Hello, and let's get on with it. These are some of my PvE fighting techniques against humanoids. First, I'm gonna show you the left swing spam of the 200 swords. Now the sword part, 200 sword part is essential here because of the speed and how this technique works. Now you just kind of spam the left side swing until they block. Because when they block, you actually have to block their next attack because you won't be able to spam and keep interrupting them. But until they block, it should work easily. Like so. You just walk in, take a swing. As you see it block, you have to block after that, but unless they're not blocking, just spam the left side attack and they will just die. Now, next technique is, your typical bread and butter block and attack in sequence. And you block once and attack, and when you do that, just try to attack from different directions when you do it. So I'm gonna start with left, and from right, overhead, again from left, block this one, from right. And yeah, that's your typical normal way of fighting. Now the spammy way, you cannot fight. Well, you can sometimes fight bosses like that, but it depends if you can interrupt them with enough damage or not. The second technique, you can easily use it on bosses, it just works well. But against groups of enemies, maybe even a single one, there's this technique that I call kiting. When you just move back and forth on the enemies and you turn. When you hit a miss, then you turn and go back and attack. Like so. Let me demonstrate that. I'm just gonna hold jog, attack him, move forward. He missed. I move back, he missed. Move back, he missed. And so forth. Sometimes when they have the longer reach, they will hit you. It also depends on the micro lag of the servers. But this technique also works well against groups of enemies. Let's see if we can aggro some more, like 2 at once or so. Come on guys, you know you wanna fight me. And let's get them away a bit. And we're gonna do that kiting technique against 2 enemies because it should work well. Now the important bit here is to hold your swing until you can hit both of them with the Reaper, like 2, and again both of them, and again both of them, and so on and so forth until they die, like this. And let's just use the spammy technique on this one. No, that hit didn't register, that's why he managed to hit me. And the most important part about PvE humanoids, which should come in handy to you when you're doing PvP especially, is how to avoid enemies. Basically means how to kite them. Unless they have like a hold on speed, or in the case when the server is a bit laggy, then the halberd as well. Unless they have something with a very long reach, you basically don't even need to sprint or run. You can easily walk while kiting on the enemies. So let's just see if we can get a bit more enemies to follow me. These actually have some spears, but it shouldn't reach me. See if we can get more. Gonna kite that guy as well. Also this one. Yeah, there should be enough enemies around here. Alright, so there's should be a group of enemies following me. Don't know why they're not. But as you can see, I can simply walk in circles and they will not get to me to attack me. That one backed out and most of them just run back. I'm gonna unbag him by attacking him. And now when they're coming from an angle, you actually have to jog for a bit, but normally just walk. As you can see, I have like a bunch of enemies following me. You don't have to run, you don't have to jog, you can just walk and they will just move behind you. You can go in circles, they will not get to you, they will not harm you. They are a bunch of morons. So you can just walk like that, regardless if there's like 10 or 20 or 50 enemies at you. If you're feeling fancy, you can start jogging and do the kiting technique on them, because you will be able to kill them like this, but it will take a while. But this is basically how you fight a large group of humanoids in PvE. I'm not gonna really bother to kill them, but with this just walking, you can even do it at very small circles. Like even if you're in the room, like right now I'm going around the tent, so it doesn't really count. But even in a very small confined space, you can still keep on walking, and they will not get to you. As you can see, well, this one actually did, because he's had a spear. So yeah, I made the circle too small, but I'm gonna just walk around. Keep just that in mind that you don't have to run, you don't have to jog. You can just keep on walking and they will not get to you. So in a PvP situation, just don't stand still and go for blow with blow, or else they will get on your back and attack you. Just make sure that whenever you're fighting an enemy, you're basically doing it in a way of just jousting. Like, you know, try to hit and run away, then kites, and then hit them again, run, keep on jogging, keep the enemies just moving behind you. When they get to a certain proximity to a player, they will start walking, like getting ready to attack. So, you know, if you're like running away, they will start running after you. But once they get a bit closer, they just start walking. So there's not really point in wasting stamina. Keep that in mind. It will help you a lot when you're fighting in the middle of the guards, or in places like this. If an enemy catches you and you have NPCs on you, well, you will know how to deal with it. Also, keep in mind that if you have a bunch of NPCs like this, and there's more than two, especially, that's the important bit. If it's more than two and an enemy comes, then at least two of them will aggro him. Maybe even more if he actually hits them. But if you got like 4 enemies and an enemy comes to you, 2 of them will stay on aggro for you, and 2 of them will aggro for an enemy. So yeah, keep that in mind. Remember that if you want to be good fighting in the middle of guards or in the middle of NPCs, you have to know how to fight in PvE for the PvP purposes as well. So I'm just gonna run outside of their aggro range. It should be about here, and that'll be it. So thanks for watching, and bye.